Hey everybody, welcome into Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bosser.
And I'm Devin J. Martin. Welcome into the show. We got a lot to get into tonight.
That's right. The winter weather continuing to haunt us this week, Devin. But, you know, we still had some great action in this week, and we're going to get into it.
That's right, Brandon. The snow did put a damper on things, but not all the games were lost. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, that's right. Let's start things off with our game of the night tonight, a game in the Henlopen South.
Yep, the Laurel Bulldogs hosting Indian River tonight. IR coming out the gate. Hot Brendan Bradford with a steal. He's not going for it till he pulls up for the three and knocks it down, and he led the team with 29 points. Now the Bulldogs fighting back. Javier White going baseline and passing it to Charlie Cannon in the corner. He pulls up and knocks down the triple, and then moving to the man of the night, Mr. Javier White with the drive and kissing it off the glass. He would have himself a big night.
Yeah, that's right. Cannon with the pass, White with the shot. Give him all three of those. He breaks out the Lance Stevenson air guitar there. Now, Indian River would try to mount a comeback at the end. Bradford again going for three. Down it goes. But one more time, Javier White once again. He's the man of the hour in the corner, knocking it down. All cotton for him. Javier finished with 27 points for the Bulldogs. And Laurel would take this one in a final of 65-56. You know what? Javier White's been very impressive this season. He had 28 in the game last week. He had 27 tonight. And you know what? I got to say, I was very interested in this game coming into tonight. Indian River's been making noise in the Bayside South this season. But you know what? Laurel came out, and they put them away in the second quarter of this game, really. Javier White has been a monster so far in his senior season. And you know what? I love having Knife-Ear Griffin in the paint for the Bulldogs. He gets it done down low, getting those rebounds. Kylie Wilson on the outside. There's a dynamic lineup for Laurel. And another thing on the Bulldogs side this year is that veteran lineup. They have 10 seniors, 5 juniors listed on the roster. That's about as veteran as it gets.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, exactly. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of championship experience, too, because a lot of these players come from that championship football team that we just saw. And you know what? I can see this team getting better and better as the season goes on. They're already pretty good.
And you just mentioned it in terms of, coming off the football championship season. They did get a really late start to the season. Their first game was almost 2 weeks ago. They've only played 5 games so far, but the schedule is looking very favorable for them. I mean, next up they have the early college Hornets, who are sitting at 1-5, and then after that they have the Sussex Central Golden Knights. They're 1-7, so those are expected easy victories to build momentum for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Right now we're going to send things over to Chief Meteorologist Daniel Johnson to let us know what to expect overnight, because we have some winter weather moving in.
Yeah, more winter weather moving in. Sorry about messing up those games for you guys earlier in the week. The snow is pushing in. You can see the boardwalk covered in Ocean City. A lot of that, though, is from the snow that we had yesterday. But the snow is falling right now in Ocean City. And I just checked outside on the downtown plaza. It's snowing here in Salisbury as well. 26 degrees, so anything that falls will stick quickly. That was the high today. Right now, temperatures are in the teens and 20s. 19 and snowing in Melfa. You don't see that a lot on Delmarva. 22 for Wallops Island with snow. It's snowing in Ocean City, and it's snowing in Salisbury. But the snow's not going to go too far north. There's going to be a big northern edge, a stop where the snow stops here. I'll come back and let you know which neighborhoods will see more snow and who won't see much at all with this system. Brandon.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Let's get back to the hoops now. The Bulldogs, we're staying with Laurel. They had another tough test earlier in the week. Laurel making the trip to Greenwood to play unbeaten Woodbridge on Tuesday. There's Knife-Ear Griffin missing the layup, but Kylie Wilson there for the putback. The Dogs off to a strong start, but the Blue Raiders would be the ones in control of this one pretty much throughout. Manuel Mosley off to Bruce Mosley for the triple. How about Kenny Newton? Off the inbounds pass, going to get the layup to fall right here. And he is not done. Watch as on the next possession, he's going to get the steal. Active hands on defense. He's going to take it all the way. Javier White does what he can, but that's no dice right there on the block attempt as the shot falls. And Woodbridge would take this one, a commanding 67-53 win over the Bulldogs. Woodbridge is pretty good this year. They stay perfect at 5-0. And we talked to the coach after this one about his team's performance.
It's always a good atmosphere. They're a tough team. We're a tough team. We know what type of battle we're going to get. We're used to playing those guys. It's a Southern Division rival. It's always a lot of fun. A lot of competitive on both sides.
Now let's go over to the Bayside and Salisbury. Y-High coming off that terrible loss to Bennett, looking to refocus Tuesday. BJ Cook brought all the right ingredients, pulls up from the line, and now in transition, doesn't back down from the contact and sinks the floater on the move. Y-High held a 29-point lead at halftime. We got a few top play nominees. This one, Jace Freeman bouncer to Malik Leatherbury. Look at that behind the back spin pass. Brandon, did you see that?
You don't see that often. That is pretty right there. That's pretty basketball.
And making the pass look cool instead of just dunks all the time. And then Y-High showing some flashes, but no one shines brighter on the court than Jace Freeman. He intercepts the pass and comes in with the one-handed tomahawk slam, and he's just warming up because then he goes for two hands next time. 2 for the price of 1. Y-High reasserts their dominance tonight. They take it 71-42. We talked with Cook and Freeman after this one.
I mean, just hungry. You know, we want to get back out here and show everybody that Friday wasn't us. It wasn't our best performance. So we'll come out here and show that everybody that we still top of the conference and what we can do.
After our heartbreaking loss against Bennett, we knew we had to bounce back. We came with an attitude to just start from the jump and finish from the jump. That's how it happened against Bennett. We kind of fell flat at the end, so we made sure we played an entire game. And Jace, you know, we have to work hard because we know what's coming towards the end of the season, back end of where we want to be. Some of these young guys don't know, so we got to push them and work hard for everything. So when we get there, we definitely have a chance.
Those are 2 great leaders for Y-High this year. All right, one more game to get to. Salisbury School and Holly Grove meeting in easy action tonight. Holly Grove looking to stay at it early. There's Mason Keegan, like molasses, slow and sweet on the move in the paint. But Salisbury School had this one under control throughout as Wyatt Miller is blocked from behind. Tyler Ball cleaning things up. How about more from Ball? Spot up, knock it down from 3. That's 3 of his 16 first half points. And the Dragons led 23-8 after 1. Dragons have been pretty good this year. They are 8-1 after this 52-point win tonight. They're looking to add another EZAC title banner to that gymnasium. Tyler Ball, impressive to watch, number 4 for the Dragons, as his team takes this one easily tonight. All right, I want to point something out before we get started. You know what? Woodbridge basketball still undefeated this season. I'm talking about girls and boys. The girls team with a 52-point win tonight, they're 7-0. That boys team is still 5-0. And the boys is the boys team, the last remaining unbeaten team in Delaware. Girls, one of only 2 left in the entire state. So you know what? Got to give it up to Woodbridge so far this year. We saw the girls go deep into the tournament last spring and then lose the eventual state runners-up in Sanford. On the boys' side, though, this thing is wide open in the tournament. I think Woodbridge can go pretty far this year. But you know who else is sitting there with a 9-1 record? And that's Dover. We'll see them tomorrow in Georgetown taking on Sussex Tech. We'll have more to say about the Senators coming up next week because you know what? I know a lot of people out there are thinking, what about the Senators? Well, you know what? We'll have more about them next week because they have a fantastic season going so far.
And that's a really good sports program you talked about in terms of Woodbridge. I mean, both the boys and the girls being undefeated. I mean, how often does that happen? That is actually
They're doing great
impressive.
so far.
Extremely impressive. Now, another team that I think is also going to be a threat from the Henlopen South is the Seaford Blue Jays.
Absolutely.
It seems like offensively speaking anyways, the Blue Jays are going to go as far as guard Brent Ricketts is going to carry them, and you're going to see a little bit more from him later in the show. But he's been consistently putting up near 20-point performances in their recent stretch. They're coming off back-to-back blowouts this last week after their tough loss to Smyrna, beating Indian River by 27 on Tuesday, and Early College by 49 points earlier tonight. So they're looking pretty good as well.
They sure are, and they're a fairly young team. Brent Ricketts is one of the best players in the entire state. I do expect Seaford to make a lot of noise coming up in the playoffs. Hopefully we'll be able to see more of them coming up in the next couple of weeks. All right, that'll do it for the A block. We're taking a commercial break, but when we return, we've got a local athlete spotlight when we come back with After the Whistle. Don't go anywhere. That and more when Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
I'm BJ Cook from Y-High Basketball. You're now watching Delmarva Sports Insider.